Hey everybody, this is Dr. Justin. I'm here with my wife, Dr. Shannon. Hope all is well today on Hump Day, Wednesday. Yes? Did I say it right?
Healthy Hump Day.
Healthy Hump Day.
I can't get good talent around here, I
So
swear.
we'll preference this that I'm doing right now like a really big gut health cleanse, just healing the gut, sealing the gut, getting rid of all the bad things in there and rebuilding it from really the floor up. And that's what we really want to talk about today is gut health, the importance of it. It's just so many people know about gut issues. So many people struggle with it. There's over 60 million people that have, acid reflux, and the number one thing that you do for your acid reflux is you take that that purple pill, right? Somebody had to have laughed at that, right? I said it the right way. But anyways, I've got brain fog. I've been detoxing for 2 days now, and so we're just here having fun. But why? Why do we do gut health? Why is it so important? Why do people talk about it? And she's gonna laugh the whole time. So
I can't take him seriously. He's extra crazy today, which is that's what you get when you detox Justin. But I think you should kind of tell their story. So this is something that as we started doing some of the Wellness Way programs and some of these more kind of healing programs, we all kind of pick the topic or the category that we have some type of personal relationship with. So for me, with all of my hormone issues and those types of things, I just gravitated towards that. I had fibromyalgia, I had hormone issues, some thyroid issues, so that is my passion, that's what I like to do. With Justin, a lot of his stuff has really stemmed from he's had some gut issues for a really long time. So do you just want to tell them a little bit about that first?
Yeah, I grew up in, I grew up on what I call the 3Ds. So it was, Dunkin' Donuts, Doritos, and Domino's. And, that might have been similar for a lot of guys. You grow up and you just eat that standard American diet, that sad diet, and you think it has no repercussions on it. We're always on the go. We're always so busy. And being younger, I never really had issues with it. So I was fine. I was an athlete, played college basketball, did all those things. It never really affected me, but it caught up with me later. So I would have skin issues, and I remember there was one time a few years ago where I literally would have to adjust, one of those Steph Curry arm band things. And even Dr. Miller, he came in. It was one of the first times that we met in Kentucky, and I remember saying, I saw you had this thing, just like it was cool. It was just a cool thing to do as Justin. Well, what I was really doing was hiding what was underneath there. I had just psoriasis, just marks, and it became so itchy, and you scratch it and you can't scratch it because then it was bleeding, and just really bad skin issues. And it started to go across my chest, down my arms. I would get it in my stomach, I would get it down my legs, and it's very frustrating. So if you struggle with skin issues, you understand what I'm talking about. In just digestion wise, even if I ate good things and it didn't really matter, I would have some pains. I just never felt right. And with the amount of workout and the type of foods that we eat, I should feel better than I felt. And so it gave me the opportunity to really dive in and learn how to fix this, how to heal this, how to get to the root cause of that, rather than just covering up with a drug or medication or whatever it may be. So,
yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people could really resonate with that. Is that, you have
Hi, Dr. Flynn.
Hi, Dr. Flynn. So you have a lot of, gut issues or skin issues or indigestion, or no matter what you eat, you feel bloated or you don't feel good. Or just like Justin said, the most typical thing I hear is someone just saying, I don't have energy, I don't feel good, and I should for all the things that I'm trying to do. So if that's how you feel, gut's the first place to start. So what we've decided to do, since gut is such a huge part of no matter what you come to see us for, we're going to take the next several weeks and we're going to do a series all about gut health. So what we want to cover today first is just the importance of your gut. Why do we start there? Why is that the first place we typically look on most patients, regardless of what you have going on? So if you've come into our office and you've had a consultation with us and you started as a patient, probably about half of you have ended up getting a stool sample. And that's whether you came in to see me for, aches and pains and hormone issues, or if you saw Dr. Miller for some blood sugar issues, or if you came in with straight out gut stuff. A lot of times we start looking at the stool samples. And the reason being is your gut performs so many different functions in your body, and it really is the building block, the foundation of good natural health. So we've got to start there. There is a lot of research that links bad gut and leaky gut, which you've probably heard of, to autoimmune conditions and chronic pain and GERD and acid reflux. And the reason that is because our gut microbiome has everything to do with our immune system. It's between 70 and 80% of your immune function starts in that gut. So no matter what you're dealing with, if you don't have a healthy gut, gut, those problems aren't going to be able to get resolved. So the gut is so important, and it's the first place that we have to look. And a lot of times we'll pair it with different tests. We'll look at gut and hormones and food allergies at the same time, but it's probably the most important thing to make sure is working at 100% to resolve any of those issues.
Yeah, it's just huge, and you have all those, you have all these problems that you're dealing with, and it's headache, it's fatigue, it's tiredness, and then you're drinking more coffee and trying to cover it up, but you're just covering up symptoms, and you're trying to just keep going, and then that stresses you out more, and all those things, and then at the end of the day, you're so stressed out that you got to reach for a drink, grab some wine, or have a couple beers or whatever to help you sleep. All those things further lead to more gut and digestive problems, but you just think it's helping you get through the day, but really we have to get to the root cause. We have to fix and address those. We have to get rid of the triggers, and that might be a whole video talking about triggers and the important things that we need to look at. Yeah. Food sensitivities, alcohol, coffee, and I think stress and gluten. People think of gluten and think of just bread, to try to go gluten-free, but even going gluten-free, you're still eating things that are possibly triggering some of these responses with your gut, and that's a big issue.
I think that is definitely a whole video on its own, especially food related. What are the most important things to start removing to start healing and sealing up that gut? So today let's just finish off by talking about a few more things that the gut is really important for. So what are some of the other functions that the gut does that are important for your health?
Yeah, the gut plays a big portion. Obviously you're going to get all your nutrition through there, but if you're not absorbing things properly, if you're not digesting things properly, you're going to have issues. And then so now you just don't want to eat. Well, now that leads into a whole other thing. But when we have things, and you guys have read or researched the term leaky gut, and what that can lead to is autoimmune conditions. And that's a big deal. Like, you don't think you're that bad, or even when you're eating these foods that are triggering sensitivities and triggering those reactions, causing leaky gut, you might not have those symptoms today. Again, go back to my story, like I didn't have those symptoms then, but all of a sudden they showed up in me. You don't want to wait until you have full-blown Hashimoto's, some sort of autoimmune condition before you say, you know what, I think now's a good time to start. The time for now is always now. Like, you got to start making those changes and really get to it. So, we like to go through a good gut health cleanse 1-2 times a year just to make sure that everything is good, because it all starts in the gut. If you're having fatigue, if you're having dizziness, headaches, chronic pain, or any types of autoimmune conditions, again, we need to start looking inside.
Absolutely. And then in your gut too, some of the big things that it's also tied to is your gut is where a lot of your neurotransmitters are made. So when you look at things like mental health and your gut function, that's huge. If you're someone who struggles with anxiety or depression or mood issues and your gut's all messed up, and a lot of times you'll see those things go hand in hand. A lot of people who come into me who have mood type issues are constipated all the time, or they alternate between constipation and diarrhea, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason those two things are connected, because your gut's responsible for helping you make those neurotransmitters. So if you have mood issues, instead of just running for those medications, look at your gut, get that gut-brain connection working better, and you ultimately feel better and are more able to handle stress and to handle those types of things and to keep your mood balanced. So mental health issues, that's huge. And then hormone issues. Your gut actually converts a lot of your different hormones, which a lot of people don't realize. So again, for thyroid type issues, you come in with thyroid issues, your doctor's told you your TSH is high and your T4 is low, but they don't tell you anything else, or maybe your TSH and T4 are fine, but they didn't even check your T3, or your T3 is low. Those functions happen in your gut. So just running again to a medication, or even doing some natural supplements to balance your thyroid, if you're not getting proper conversion where these things can actually get to the cells and into the cells to give you metabolic energy, then you're not going to feel any better. So your levels can be normal, but you feel crummy because we're not getting that conversion or that absorption in the cell, and it starts with the gut. So many different things start with the gut, and I think that it's really overlooked a lot of the time. You think you just have digestion issues or you just eat bad, but over time that catches up and it creates physical damage in that intestinal barrier, and it leads to all of these other chronic conditions. So I really encourage you, we're going to be talking about this subject for the next 3 or 4 weeks. We're going to do a whole gut series on this because it really is that important. So next week we're going to be talking about acid reflux. So if you are somebody who takes Protonix or Prilosec or Tums on a regular basis, you want to make sure you tune in next week, because we're going to tell you what causes that, and it's not what you think. It's probably actually the opposite of what you think creates acid reflux. And we're going to give you some really practical tips to start doing in your life to decrease those symptoms, but also to find out for you what's causing those problems.
Yes, just make sure you comment, question, like what you want to know, what are you looking for, what can we help, what can we answer for you. Also comment on our new studio that we got going on here. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? And yeah, I think that's it. It's going to be a fun series, and we just look forward to showing you guys what we can do. Just make sure you like this post, like this article here, this video, and share it with your friends. You know a lot of people that have gut and digestive issues that are just looking for help and looking for hope. So.
Awesome. So have a very happy, healthy hump day, and we'll talk to you guys next week.